All right, we want to read you a statement just made by the President of the United States, and we want to warn you about its context and content because it's cruel in very unusual words from a President of the United States, and he's commenting on media figures here. I'm just going to read it to you. He goes, "I heard poorly rated Morning Joe speaks badly of me, don't watch anymore. Then how come low IQ crazy Mika along with Psycho Joe came to Mar-a-Lago 3 nights in a row around New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me? She was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no."
You just mentioned that the president's tweets are, I think, a filter, essentially a way to get around the filter of the biased media when it comes to his tweets, that he sees them as an important way to get his message out. Just this morning, another top advisor in this White House said that the media was obsessed with the president's tweets, implying they didn't matter. So I guess just philosophically, which is it? Do the president's tweets matter, or are they just something that the media gets obsessed about?
I think that they matter in the sense that it gives him a communications tool, again, that isn't filtered through media bias, but at the same time, I do think that the media obsesses over every period dot. As John was a perfect example earlier, he made a mistake. His colleague politely corrected him. If somebody from our administration had done the same, all hell would have broken loose, and it would be that, it's just total like chaos and conundrum here at the White House. So I think it's just the obsession over every detail of the president's tweets.
Some experts say Trump's tweets may undermine his chances of winning the case. Trump's initial executive order was blocked by the courts in February for discriminating against Muslims. His revised order was also halted on similar grounds. Now, his lawyers are asking the Supreme Court to ignore inflammatory statements Trump made while he was a presidential candidate.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
They claim he's changed since the election and is aware of the responsibilities of his office. His lawyers have also tried to make it clear that the revised order has removed all explicit references to religion. But Trump's tweet on June 5th may have complicated the issue. By calling the travel ban politically correct, Trump suggests that he still wants to make religious distinctions, which is likely unconstitutional. In another tweet on June 5th, Trump seems to be distancing himself from his own Justice Department. He implied that the revised executive order doesn't go far enough, even though he himself was responsible for approving the new draft. Using the words watered down will make it harder for his lawyers to argue that the revised executive order is a clean break from the initial draft. Since January, Trump's aides have insisted that the executive order is not a travel ban.
When we use words like travel ban, that misrepresents what it is.
This is not a travel ban. This is a temporary pause.
On Monday, Trump explicitly contradicted his staff. Now the White House is having to defend Trump's shift in semantics.
I don't think the president cares what you call it, whether you call it a ban, whether you call it a restriction. He cares that we call it national security and that we take steps to protect the people of this country.
Using the term travel ban probably doesn't affect the executive order's lawfulness, but Trump's mixed messaging could make his attorney's job difficult. The Supreme Court will decide whether to hear the case in the coming weeks. If it does, arguments are likely to take place in the fall. But there's plenty of time to tweet before that.